Good morning, welcome back to Tom's Garage. Woo. I'm going to attempt to finish that little Honda with a bent valve cover. Whoa, what a day it was yesterday. Let's see what we can do for this little thing. I got the gasket all scraped off and cleaned. Got the valve cover all cleaned. You can see right there, that little spot right there is where it was holding that exhaust valve open. I believe we're gonna get it today. We will get it today. All right. I don't have to make that thing perfect or nothing. I could probably just whack it one good time with a hammer and just have room for the valve to close. But I'm gonna try to make it pretty. Let's see what we can do for it. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna take this old greasy old red, ragged towel, put under it. Uh-oh. Let's see what that is. Somebody's texting the dopester this morning. Oh, I got Anyway, I'll answer that later. We're busy. Let's see. I guess the best way to do it, man, just give it a good whack. Yeah, let me do that. I don't want to start beating on it and cause a pinhole or anything in it, because this is supposed to be. I'll grab a straight edge and I'll show you. Because this, in reality, is supposed to be straight across. So you can see how much that thing was bent. I could probably just give it a couple of good whacks. And that's probably enough to get her going, but let me grab a punch. I need a good flat blunt punch. Good flat. Let me look over this drawer right here. I'm gonna look at using one of my flywheel pullers. This is designed to go over the crankshaft end, and you give it a whack. I'm going to use that. Kind of bring the whole thing out. Give it some kind of resemblance of what it used to look like. I'm trying to be very careful not to cause a pinhole in it. I'm going to give it a couple of whacks right in here. It ain't pretty, but I believe that's going to work. I believe that's going to work right there. You got to know when to stop. And by golly, I think I'm going to stop right there, because that's going to give us all the clearance we need. I know it ain't pretty, but neither is the lawnmower. Now we got to do something about this curve I put in it, trying to pry it off the head. So what we're going to do, is we'll just give it a kind of massage it back into shape there. Looks pretty good. If I was using a paper gasket, I would really work to try to get it as flat as possible, but we're going to be using a gasket sealer. I believe that's going to be pretty good. You got to know when to stop. Know when to stop. Get any kind of grease or residue off here. All right, I'll go over here and give that surface one more little cleaning. Any kind of oily residue. Alrighty, I believe we're ready for some gasket sealer. Gasket sealer. We got gasket sealer. I hope I got enough left in this can right here. We shall find out. We shall find out. It says to, when you put this back up, it says to leave a little bit sticking out. That way you can pull it out. See all that dry in there, just kind of. Ooh, there we go. See, it makes its own little plug. And now that should be clear, so what we'll do, twist it. Nope. I think there's going to be, I believe there's going to be more left in there that's dry. This thing is almost empty. No, there it goes. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how much is left in here, but my hands are shaking so hard I'm having to squeeze it. I don't want to put so much in here that it squeezes out and gets in that timing cover, cam and timing belt, and all over the valve, all over everything. I don't want to get all this goo stuck in everything, is what I'm trying to say. Uh-oh. Perfect timing. It's perfect timing for some money. Alrighty. It ain't pretty, but it'll work. It'll work. Let me grab the bolts. Grab the bolts. Get my tool ready. Grab a 10mm socket. Back to the mower. Back to the mower. You know, before it's over, I'm going to have this stuff all over me. I have it in my ear. I have it in my armpit. I have it all over the steering wheel of the car. Use a little tool here and get them started by finger. Because you don't want to cross thread it. It feels like that one's trying to cross thread. That's why I'm going to save that one for last. I don't think I got it in straight. All right, what I'm gonna do is just run it down to where it touches. And then give it a little bit of tightness so it squeezes till you feel it squeeze out. Get it about finger tight. Get it about finger tight. Well, the bottle says, let's see, what did the bottle say? Surface must be clean, dry, and free of foreign materials, pull the red cap, blah, blah, bead, source, use a knife, okay. It says, assemble the parts immediately, excess silicone while still wet. Assemble the parts immediately. Do not squeeze out silicone by over tightening. Well, I guess you can go ahead and torque them down. We'll do that. It just says not to over tighten, because the tighter you get it, the thinner the bead's going to be. So I'll just take and just where it's tight. And then what I'll do is go in, eat my bacon and eggs, have a glass of sweet tea while this cures just a little bit before I give it one last little oomph. I think that's what I'll do. And that's what we'll do. Go inside and make a little breakfast and let that cure a little bit. You don't have to, but I like to, and then I'll give it one last little. I believe that's gonna work. Y'all hang with. Okay, it's been about 15, 20 minutes. Breakfast is down. My tools, there goes my socket across the floor. There we go. I'll just give it one last little oomph. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it up like that for a little while, most of the day. I wanna make sure that cures. I don't want the oil going back in there, so what I'm gonna do is take it off the table and put it on that jack stand there. That's what we'll do, and that's what we're gonna do. Uh-oh. Get the lock off of here. What's going on with my table? It's not all the way down. Is there something under there? Well, anyway, that's where the Honda's going to sit for the rest of the day while it cures. Well, I'll try to figure out what's going on with my table. Why won't it go all the way down? What in the world? think it's hitting that stud I've got in the floor. Right there. I believe this table has gotten slid a little bit. There we go, we fixed that. All right, I'm gonna let that thing sit for a little while, let it cure, and then we'll put it back together and fire it up. Y'all hang with. Alrighty, she's been sitting there curing for a couple hours, which you don't really have to do, but I do, because I got time, too much time on my hands. All right, let's put it back on the table, get her back together. See if that's the reason she quit running, and it will run again. Girl. Oh, good. Alrighty. Alrighty, Roy. All right, let's put her back together. Oop, I forgot the spark plug wire, boy. Put that plug back in. Look at all those poor old wheels on the front of this thing. Oh, God. Ooh, I am tired. Try to take a chance to do cut my grass today. Let's see, she's not all the way down in the front. There we go. Very gently, gently, gently. You do not want to over tighten those nuts because it'll pull the stud out of the block. Just like you saw, well, in the video yesterday, I had to fight that thing. All right, let me check the oil in it because we lost some in yesterday's video. Terrible, terrible video. It's about halfway up the stick. Let me go ahead and, that oil's awful clean. I'm gonna just add to it. I'm not gonna change it. Yeah, it looks real clean. Let's see, do I dare try this without a funnel? Yes. And of course I'll make a mess. That's all right, we're gonna give this thing a good cleaning anyway. I made a mess out of it in yesterday's video. All right, she's at the top of the dipstick. Dipstick. Okay. Got oil. I'm gonna pop this air filter off and look at it. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a nice air filter. Nice air filter. All right, let's lower it down and see if she'll fire it up. Okay, it's an auto choke. Turn the fuel on. I just saw that was turned off. Do we have fuel in it? We've got fuel in it. Give that just a second to fill up the bowl in case it ain't got none in it. Okay. Well, all right, there it is. That's why it quit. Because he put a big old dent in the valve cover. So now I'm gonna sharpen his blades for him before I give it back to him. Clean all that oil off. I made a mess. All right, boys and girls, thanks for watching another Tom W video, and I'm glad to get this thing done finally. Y'all be good. Love each other. You know I love you. I'm gonna let this thing set overnight. Make sure that valve cover don't start leaking. Make sure it's sealed properly before I give it back. But I will catch you guys on the next one, man. Love y'all. Be good.